Hey, it's John Gafford. If you want to catch up more and see what we're doing, you can always go to thejohngafford.com, where we'll share any links that things we talked about on the show, as well as links to the YouTube where you can watch us live. And if you want to catch up with me on Instagram, you can always follow me at thejohngafford. I'm here. Give me a shout. Welcome back from the break. This is John Gafford. I'm your host for The Power Move. With me today in studio is Tim Zimmerman. In what we're doing is a segment I'm calling today, Kill Your Inner Bitch Voice. That's what we're going with Tim Zimmerman. That's what we're doing. So if you didn't see part one, we talked about essentially Tim's concepts were with his success training programs go hand in hand with all of the stuff that you've learned over your life from Dale Carnegie, how to influence people, all of that standard stuff. But Tim says that's only half the equation, because the other half of the equation is you getting out of your own way. And so many times we want to power through that voice in the back of your head that says, you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You don't need all this money. Who are you to make this money? Who are you? And Tim says, don't power through that voice. What do, Tim?
Change it.
Change it. Change the voice. So if I went to the break, I said, okay, Tim, let's say that I'm coming to you as one of your folks and one of your new students, and I want to get reprogrammed. So we're going to start. Tim promised an exercise to start me out on reprogramming myself, and we're going to give it to all of you guys. So here it comes. Tim, okay. What do you got? What do I do?
So the first exercise I give clients, it's called the Watch Your Thoughts exercise. Okay. Basically what we do is two things. One is I give them this wristband.
Okay.
Which says, watch your thoughts on it. My initials, TEZ, and then my website, sm3success.com.
Okay.
And I give it to them. So you take this.
All right. Okay.
And
here we go. All right, hang on. I am now attaching the wristband to myself. Okay. I have it.
And
am I going to snap myself when I have negative thought?
No. Basically,
I'm going to pop myself every time there's thought. Go ahead.
Basically, it's for a reminder to watch your thoughts.
Okay.
So you ever watch clouds as a kid and
Sure.
they look like different things?
Sure.
Like a rabbit or
Sure.
a wolf or an angel or whatever the case may be. So when you're wearing the wristband, when you look at it or it feels funny and you move it, you know how you normally do that with what you wear on your wrist,
Sure.
Type of thing. Basically, you take a few seconds and just watch what you're thinking.
Just analyze what's going on in my head at that moment right now.
Watch it like clouds in the sky.
Okay.
So if you're thinking a sexual thought, it's like, oh, a sexual thought. But you refrain from acting upon it, right? Or analyzing it.
Yeah.
So if it's I got to do this type of thing, you just watch it and look at it, observe it, and then continue to do what you're doing.
Just every time you happen to notice the band, think about what you're thinking about.
Right. Just observe what you're thinking about.
Okay.
Impassionately. It's not good. It's not bad.
Sure.
It's just the thought. Okay.
Yeah. We're big proponents of stoicism here. So yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to take sticky notes.
Okay.
And take about 30 sticky notes and write the words, watch your thoughts on them. Now, normally in class, I have them write it out right there so they don't put it off and they never do it. So, but I tell you, this is a profound exercise.
Okay.
Okay. So take 30 sticky notes, write the words on each one, watch your thoughts, and then put them up around your living space.
Okay.
Okay. At home, on the refrigerator, in the refrigerator, on the microwave, above the sink.
Anywhere you may go.
Yes, on the cabinet.
Sure.
I've been at clients' houses where I'll pull out the silverware drawer and watch your thoughts sticker is there. Put it on the mirror, in the mirror, or above the toilet paper, as you walk into the shower, in the shower, on the computer, on the telephone, on your TV.
Just anywhere.
Going up the stairs.
Got it.
So on and
we
so forth.
got it.
So what we want to do is we want to train your subconscious mind to watch your thoughts naturally.
Okay.
Okay. And when you do that for a week, after a week, you call me and you say, Tim, I've been doing this for a week. Why the hell am I watching my thoughts like this? and then I'll give you part 2.
Well, no, you got to give us part 2 now. No. You can't leave us hanging. You can't do it.
No, it's free. So do the exercise. Part 2 is even more profound than part 1.
Let's assume, just because, again, we're trying to entertain the masses. We're trying to show them this. If you want to do this exercise, hit pause right now. Come back to it later in a week.
No. I can't give that.
You can't.
I can't give it. Because if I give it, it ruins the reason why we're doing it.
It does. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It does.
Fair enough.
Okay. So I'd be happy to come back next week, or you can phone me.
See, this is like a cheap pop to get in here again. This is what this. I see what it is. I'm just kidding.
You can see it for whatever it is.
I'm just kidding.
What's funny is that some people call me in 2 or 3 days and they'll go, Tim, I know why you're doing this, and they say their reason. I say, good try, but no, it's very profound. And then there's a part 3 also, and again, I give that for free, and everyone says it's profound, and most everyone says it changes their life.
And that's it. You know, I gotta say that when I go on and I talk to people and I coach them, I always say, you know, keep score of your time, keep score of everything you're doing. So I see where I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know what the rabbit you pull out of the hat is at the end. But yeah, I always tell people, you know, audit everything you do. And I think that, you know, your thoughts is a big part of it. I think also for me, you know, it's what you put in is what you get out. It's just like your brain is essentially the same thing as, you know, call it your waistline. You know, if you sit home and you eat a bunch of junk food all day and then you wonder why you're heavy, you know, there's no real surprise to it.
But why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah. And the reason why you do that is because in your childhood, something happened and you're protecting yourself. As far as food goes, typically, you're protecting your emotions. You're keeping people away from you so you're not attractive.
By trying to add food?
Yeah, adding weight.
No. See, well, for me, I see. Well, no, for me,
I'm talking about in general.
The individual. Yeah, for me, dude, I'm a stress eater. Like, I get stressed out. Like, if you know, the shit hits the fan with 50 things, and I mean, I just walk to the fridge. I don't know what it is.
Right.
And so I have to put, you know, you tell me, what do you think of this? I put anti-triggers up for me, right? Like, there was a picture of me that was taken at my 50th birthday party, and it was, you know, you would think it was a picture of me on a yacht. It would be just, you're on this awesome yacht for your 50th birthday party. Great picture. Man, it was dreadful. I looked worse in this photograph standing there in the bathing suit than I ever had. So I taped that picture. I have a picture of it taped on my fridge and in my pantry. When I walk in there, I look at it and I go, nope, don't want to be that guy anymore. So, you know, it catches me. Is that negative reinforcement that's feeding the bad things, or what is that?
But why does that happen?
Why do I stress it?
Typically, okay, now, we can get into this in a different time.
Yeah.
But I would say typically what would happen, the reason why that was a negative trigger to you is because during your childhood sometime, you thought that you were not handsome enough. And because of that, that's a negative trigger. So what you're doing is you're proving that you're handsome, that you're attractive, that you wanted, you know, so on and so forth.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just like the not good enough. If you have the inner feeling that you're not good enough, or something happened where someone said you'll never amount to anything,
mm-hmm.
you know, and you're like, fuck you, you know, I'm going to show you, you know, there's multimillionaires that are showing their dead father that today.
Yeah. Yeah. I know some of those people. Right. I do. I know some of those people that have a ton of money that are just, you know, for whatever reason doing it for their dead.
I think that that's the biggest failure you can have, because no matter what they do, they're not going to overcome that feeling until now, because now we can go in, the techniques I have, we can go in and remove that feeling, whatever it was, so it refrains from having a negative impact, a negative charge.
How does that process start?
By calling me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Tim, you got to give the people something, man. You got to give us something. This would be the most boring podcast in the world.
You guys should be thrilled, because this, you know, this is a whole new way of, And I haven't even gotten into some of the amazing stuff yet. But this is
So let's get to the amazing stuff.
Okay. You want me to say something?
Yes, say something profound, because here's what we can't do, because I respect my audience, Tim. I love my audience. I love them. I think they're great. And one of the things we don't do is one of the things we do is we try to bring as much value as we possibly can, but we don't pitch. We never pitch from this room. So
look, I'm not pitching.
I know, but you're saying that you can't get the goods unless you buy the. Well, you gotta give me some roadmap. You gotta give me something.
I think your audience is sophisticated enough to know that you can't change 18 years to 50 years of programming
in 1 hour podcast.
With me giving you a little tidbit of, do this.
This is true. This is
what
true.
I did.
Okay, fair enough.
And you can do it too, type of thing.
I mean, I want full open heart surgery in 30 minutes or less, Tim. That's what I want.
Right. Which never happened.
Can't do that.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
But the reason why I guarantee results in the training that I do is because it works. Okay. Now you want to hear something amazing. I don't know how many minutes we have.
We got 19 minutes left. So yes, I would love to hear something amazing. Give it to me.
One of the amazing things that happened I was working with a client, and her name is Becky, 72 years old, and she had major negative stuff happen to her in her life. And, bless her heart, she had been trying to overcome all of that all her life. Okay. And then she and I meet, and we, have a coaching relationship, and I start working with her, overcoming everything. And it works. And she's getting better and better and better. And she calls me one day and she goes, Tim. I'm like, Becky, what's up? She goes, I've been working on overcoming my fear of not having money in the future. I said, yeah. And she goes, we've been working on that, to overcome that, not only from this life, but past life, previous lives. I said, yeah. And she goes, why do I still feel it? Well, Becky, I don't know if you're familiar with truth testing or muscle testing.
Nope. No clue.
Kinesiology type of thing. Okay. Basically, it's that your body has inner wisdom. Okay. And you can access your body through testing your muscles to answer questions, yes or no questions. Okay. If the answer is yes, your muscles are strong. If the answer is no, your muscles go weak.
Okay.
Like you can do it with your name. My name is John. My name is John. Yeah. We could show them at some point in time. And if you put your arm out and I test it, basically you could hold your arm strong, saying your name is John. But if say your name is Billy, no matter how hard you tried to keep your arm up, you wouldn't be able to keep it up.
Okay.
So through this technique, we can ask questions of our own consciousness. So anyway, Becky says, why do I still feel that way? And it just came out. I said, well, check and see if it's coming from the future. Now, typically, you would think that the things you do now affect the future.
Okay.
Right? But I asked the question, and she tested, and it was coming from her fourth future life.
Okay.
Okay. Which was kind of amazing,
This is taking kind of a hard turn into out there. We're going into the I feel like we're going into the multiverse now.
We are.
Okay. We're taking a hard turn into multiverse.
And what's amazing is that because of the muscle testing or the truth testing, we can test to see if it's true. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a applied kinesiologist in town that I have seen who was actually mentoring Becky in her muscle testing and everything like that. And applied kinesiology is the scientific name for it. Mm-hmm. And she was going to see him within the next couple of days. I said, well, go and see the doctor, make sure that you're testing correctly, and then see if he can clear it.
Okay.
Okay. So she was testing correctly, and he cleared it, coming from her fourth future life.
What do you mean cleared it?
there's a method to be able to clear, like we're talking about clearing negatives from the unconscious, subconscious.
Okay.
There's methods to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Which I also am an expert in doing.
Okay.
So, so a couple days later, so we found out that it was true. It's coming from her fourth future life, and he cleared it. Okay. So a couple days later, Becky calls me, Tim, what's up, Becky? She goes, I've been working on overcoming my fear of physical harm. And we've done that for this life, past life, previous lives. I said, yes. Why do I still feel it? And it just came out. See if it's coming from the future. She tested.
What? Okay. What possessed you to say that? I'm just curious.
It just came up.
Just came to you. Okay.
Right.
All right.
So she tested. It was coming from her 11th future life.
Okay.
Okay. So I said,
we're gonna need like a whiteboard and some graph. I feel like I need graph paper for this.
But again, this is just a story of how this amazing thing.
So it's coming from this 11th life.
11th future life.
Okay.
Which again, for me during the time, it was like, now affects the future, not the future affects now. But if you look at quantum theory, everything's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I kind of got through it, in my mind. So then I said, okay, Becky, since the doctor cleared it, can we clear it using what I call the Master Mind Cleanse protocol?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when I work with clients, I do customized version of that. So if there's specific things that happen to them or specific negatives that are continuing patterns in their life, we actually go into their unconscious, subconscious and clear that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I asked her to ask her consciousness if we could clear it with the Master Mind Cleanse. And she said yes. So we used a customized version of the Master Mind Cleanse to clear her of fear of physical harm in her 11th future life. Okay? Which I didn't really think much of, right? It's kind of far out.
Yeah,
but I really
kind of far out, Tim. That's kind of far. Yeah, this is okay. Keep going.
Okay.
I'm listening, man. I'm listening.
Okay. So, and this was in 2017. Okay. We've come very far since then. Okay. But this is how it all started. And I'm getting goosebumps now talking about it. So I had to go to the doctor and make sure that she was testing correctly, that it was coming from her 11th future life, and we cleared it with the customized version of the Master Mind Cleanse.
Okay.
A couple of days later, she goes, Tim, calls me, Tim. I'm like, what's up, Becky? Because I train people to be independent of me. So I'm like, whatever you're going to ask me, you know what I'm going to ask you, and, you can normally do it yourself.
Just kind of figure it out yourself.
Right. But she goes, Tim, why do I still have the fear of spiritual harm? Because we've cleared that from current life, past life, previous lives. I go, you know what I'm going to say? Ask if it's coming from the future. And it was coming from her 4th future life, or 14th future life. And I asked if we could clear it with the Master Mind Cleanse, with the custom Master Mind Cleanse. And the answer was yes. So we started to do the clearing, and halfway through, she goes, Tim, I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired. I have to get off the phone. I'm like, we're halfway through. We got to finish this. And I asked, well, ask if I can clear it. And the answer was yes. So I cleared it for her, right? What I thought was clearing it for her. And I said, well, you're going to see the doctor in a few days, right? Ask him if it was correct coming from the 14th future life and if I cleared it. Okay. And the answer was yes and yes. Okay. And that's when it clicked, that we can use what I call the muscle testing or the truth testing, the applied kinesiology, to ask questions about the individual client, about their soul mind, anything negative that's stuck in their soul mind.
Okay. At this point, I gotta ask, because anybody listening to this has got to be thinking the same thing I am right now. So, is this? Well, hang on a second. But it's like we're kind of going from, personal coaching, personal development, almost into, almost into some religious stuff, man. Some right. I mean, there seems to be, just with my limited knowledge of it, there seems to be some sort of connection almost to Scientology with some of the stuff we're talking about. Am I wrong? I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not. I don't say anyone's wrong. You're mistaken.
Perfect. I know. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm fine with that.
In a lot of, typically in a class situation in the very beginning, I ask everyone how much world knowledge they have.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a circle. This is all world knowledge. How much do you have? Typically, they put a sliver or a dot. I say, okay, I'll give you 10% world knowledge,
mm-hmm.
right? And then I'll put a bigger sphere out there, and I say, okay, this is universal knowledge. How much universal knowledge do you have? Mm-hmm. And again, they'll put just a sliver. And I say, okay, I'll give you 2.5% of universal knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all of that, there are things like, for instance, when during the Dale Carnegie, one of the things that I actually took was called Silva mind control. Now, Silva mind control is a scientific way to meditate. Okay, they teach you how to meditate, but they don't talk about meditation, right? They teach you how to astral project your spirit, your soul, but they don't talk about astral projection type of thing. Mm. Well, I took that in 1981, and then I don't know if we ever talked about the other stuff that I did. I went through 5 Tibetan empowerments, 2 with the Dalai Lama. I went to India, Egypt.
See, I was gonna get to that too. That was my next thing. I figured there had to be some sort of Hindu type influence on some of this thinking. There had to have been.
Well, the Hindu or the yogis, basically, my question was, if indeed we are what we think about all day long, right, and we control our world through controlling our thoughts, right? Change your thoughts, change your
100%.
world type of thing.
1,000%.
As you believe, it is done unto you. Mm-hmm. If that all is true, which I accept it as truth, who are the masters that I would be able to learn from? And then if I learned from it because I was trained to train, all 5 of the Dale Carnegie courses, I was trained to teach. But in doing that, everything that I took, I could train it, right? So my question was, who are those masters? Not like a master class that we talk about now, for many people know the reasons why I'm saying it like that, but the actual yogic masters from the Far East.
Yeah.
Those techniques that have been used for over 6,000 years, the ancient Egyptian mysticism, the Tibetan mysticism, so on and so forth, the esoteric knowledge. Who are those people? I sought those people. I found them, found the practices, used the practices. I've been doing that for, 35 years now or more. Okay. So this whole idea that,
so a lot of what you're doing is learned knowledge from you. It's not stuff you invented. This is just through this adaptation, which I appreciate that. There's nothing wrong with that.
This particular application of this, even though it's been proven, this is really termed energy psychology. Even though it comes from roots that have been proven, the proof of all of this is that it works. Basically, okay, it's results based, right? So,
well, isn't it fair to say that anything that makes you better works?
Yeah,
and like you said, words matter, and it's just based really on your belief in what it is. If people believe this works, it works.
Actually, no, because we can tell the truth of it, because everyone has the innate ability to tell the truth for themselves, to know what's true and not true within themselves.
That's true.
So, at a separate time, I can actually show you that the the body talk or the muscle testing actually works. Okay. In using,
and you said there's a guy
way,
here in town that does a kineticist. That's his deal.
Yeah,
he actually does this.
Yeah, applied kinesiology.
Applied kinesiology.
Right. In this way, this discovery and using it this way is brand new. It's all mine. It's nobody else that I know of does this. Because again, if you think about it, whether you think that you are a soul or that you have a soul, if you have a soul consciousness, if I asked if there were reasons, causes, instances, or blocks to success,
I think everybody's going to say yes to that. I think no matter the level of success you have some of that.
I'm not asking you.
Oh,
I'm asking universal consciousness about you throughout your soul life.
Well, okay. So question. So in order for this to work for someone, I feel like they have to have a certain standard belief system. No. So, but here's the question though. How are you? Okay. Let's say somebody's an atheist. I am not, but let's say somebody is. Let's say for the argument's sake, they're an atheist and they believe I am meat covering a skeleton and I am hurling, just on a rock hurling through space. And at some point my existence stops and everything fades to black and I'm done. So how do you take an atheist and you say, no, it's your 14th life telling you something? How do you, aren't they going to have to let go of being an atheist to get to there? I don't see how they could be both.
No, my question to them would be, if they, let's say again, I give you, 10% world knowledge and 2.5% universal knowledge. My question to them would be, is it possible that you haven't discovered God?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Yeah. Are you open to an alternative point of view?
No, it's not if you're open. Is it possible that you just haven't discovered it yet?
But so they would have to answer, yes, that's possible for this to work.
It's possible. Okay. So just let it be possible.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two is that by using their own body in doing the muscle testing, they prove the truth for themselves.
So is this so is this training? Is this stuff? Is it based on the belief of a higher power? Or can that higher power can it vary per user, if that will?
It depends what they believe. I'm not here to change beliefs.
Okay.
What I'm here to do is help clear their consciousness.
As long as the idea that we have multiple lives and as long as the idea we come back again.
There's some people that don't believe in reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, I believe, because I've studied every religion and so on and so forth. Even in Christianity, they believed in reincarnation until 528 AD when they had the meeting that they took all of the books out. In Constantinople. But again, I'm not here to change beliefs. What we're able to do, though, is to tell the truth of it with the individual's own body. So let's say you're a Buddhist and, you believe all is mind. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's fine. If you don't believe in reincarnation, if I asked if there was any negatives in your past lives, previous lives, or future, right? And the answer was yes, would you want them cleared?
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Fair.
Right? And if you don't believe in it, then it doesn't matter anyway.
Sure.
But if it's true, clearing it would probably be a good thing.
Would make you better.
Right. Because then you wouldn't have to deal with that in the future in this life, future and future lives.
So let me ask you the next question. How evolving is this methodology? How long have you been doing exactly what you're doing now? Does it change as time goes on? Are you adding to it? Are you subtracting to it? Is it an ever evolving process?
This thing with Becky happened in 2017. So I went into the lab, what I call into the lab, which is doing it on myself, some of my siblings, so on and so forth, and then clients, and working through it and developing it in such a way where, it really comes down to the questions, you know, and the quality of the questions, and not in the way that Tony Robbins says it's quality of questions. It's we're asking universal consciousness or the individual consciousness specific things that it will give us specific answers for. Right? And then we clear it, we show the truth of clearing it, and then we go on to the next question. I have 7 pages of basic questions. Some of them are like...
Isn't this like a Scientology audit, though? Isn't it like the same thing?
What? I never really went through Scientology.
Yeah.
You know, it could be, except that we're not using a machine to...
And listen, if you, I'm not...
whatever. It's not based on
yeah.
Scientology.
Yeah.
My understanding is that, you know, when you hold on to the diodes and they ask you a
stuff
question,
moves.
It moves, and that shows.
But isn't that the same thing of the truth of your body? Isn't that in the same neighborhood? Is what I guess is a better point. In that same neighborhood,
I don't really
probably
know, because I'm not that familiar with Scientology.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yet the difference is that we're able to clear it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. I'm able to clear it. I have the ability and the authority to clear it. Okay. And when we clear it, we actually show the truth of it being cleared through the truth testing. Whether or not Scientology actually clears stuff, I'm not exactly sure.
Who knows? I know enough to be dangerous about it, but not enough to really know.
I would really like to work with someone who went through Scientology and actually see the difference. If
you went through Scientology, contact Tim, because he wants to compare notes on what they're doing over there, I guess. But guys, here's the deal.
No, my question here.
Go ahead. No, back up.
My question in that regards would be if whatever the negative was actually cleared.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
whatever the process was.
I don't want to compete with Scientology. I'm sure they can
No.
do whatever they want. But, you know, that would be my question. Is it actually cleared?
Got it.
And if it's not, then we clear it.
Well, look, if you are someone that's listening to this and you felt, maybe there's something holding you back. Maybe there's, maybe that voice on the inside is prohibiting you from doing what you're doing. And you want to talk to Tim and see if he can help you. Again, Tim, how do they find you? How do they reach you?
You can call me directly at 702-748-3586.
Mm-hmm. What's the web address?
SM3success.com. And SM3 stands for Sales, Marketing, Management, and Mindset Development. It's really mindset development and control. It's your own control.
Yep.
So you're in control.
I'm not going to lie, dude. This got wild. It wasn't what I was expecting today, but hey, man, I'm into it. I mean, look, the purpose of this show is to bring as much information as we can out to people and give them things that they can think about it and process. And hopefully you guys listen to this and process it. We will be back with Colt, and Connell will be back next week. And again, remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe to this video. And if you hated what I did today, that's okay. Tell a friend. And if I'm sorry, no,
don't tell a friend.
No, that's my. I screw this up every time the guys aren't here. What I'm trying to say is, if you liked what we did, tell a friend, and if you hated what we did, tell 2. Because it doesn't matter how they're talking about you, Tim, as long as they're talking. That's
actually,
all that matters.
If you hated it, call me and let me know what you hated about it.
Call Tim.
Number 2 is that chime in next week, because we'll give part of the
I'll probably call you and we'll see how it goes. Okay. I'll call you. All right.
I have a video on it also.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thanks so much, Tim. I appreciate you, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
Okay,
thanks. Hey, it's John Gafford. If you want to catch up more and see what we're doing, you can always go to thejohngafford.com, where we'll share any links things we talked about on the show, as well as links to the YouTube where you can watch us live. And if you want to catch up with me on Instagram, you can always follow me at thejohngafford. I'm here. Give me a shout.